Queen Jane, oh, what a lady was she, and 6 weeks and a day in labour was she. Queen Jane was in labour for 6 weeks and more, till the women grew weary and fain would give o'er. O women, good wives as you be, go send for King Henry and bring him to me. King Henry was sent for, and to her he came. Dear lady, fair lady, your eyes they look dim. King Henry came to her, he came in all speed, in a gown of red velvet, from the heel to the head. King Henry, if kind you will be, send for a good doctor, and let him come to me. The doctor was sent for, he came with all speed, in a gown of black velvet, from the heel to the head. The doctor was sent for, and to her he came. Dear lady, fair lady, your labour's in vain. Dear doctor, will you do this for me? Oh, open my right side and save my baby. Then out spake King Henry, that never can be. I'd rather lose the branches than the top of the tree. The doctor gave a caudle, the death sleep slept she. Then her right side was opened, and the babe was set free. The babe it was christened, and put out and nursed, but the royal Queen Jane lay cold in the dust. There were 3 sisters fair and bright, Jennifer, Gentle, and Rosa Marie, and they 3 loved one valiant knight as the dew flies over the mulberry tree. The eldest sister let him in, Jennifer, Gentle, and Rosa Marie, and barred the door with a silver pin as the dew flies over the mulberry tree. The second sister made his bed, Jennifer, Gentle, and Rosa Marie, and placed soft pillows under his head as the dew flies over the mulberry tree. The youngest sister, fair and bright, Jennifer, Gentle, and Rosa Marie, was resolved for to wed with this valiant knight as the dew flies over the mulberry tree. And if you can answer questions 3, Jennifer, Gentle, and Rosa Marie, oh then, fair maid, I will marry with thee as the dew flies over the mulberry tree. What is louder than a horn, Jennifer, Gentle, and Rosa Marie, and what is sharper than a thorn as the dew flies over the mulberry tree? Thunder is louder than a horn, Jennifer, Gentle, and Rosa Marie, and hunger is sharper than a thorn as the dew flies over the mulberry tree. What is broader than the way, Jennifer, Gentle, and Rosa Marie? And what is deeper than the sea, as the dew flies over the mulberry tree? Love is broader than the way, Jennifer, Gentle, and Rosa Marie. And hell is deeper than the sea, as the dew flies over the mulberry tree. You have answered well my questions three, Jennifer, Gentle, and Rosa Marie. And now, fair maid, I will marry with thee, as the dew flies over the mulberry tree. Well met, my own true love, long time am I a-seeking of thee. I'm lately come from the salt, salt sea, and all for the sake, sweet love, of thee. I might have had a king's daughter, and she would fain have married me. I not did care for her crown of gold, and all for the sake, sweet love, of thee. If you might have had a king's daughter, then I think you were much to blame. I would not it were for £100 that my husband should know the same. For my husband he is a carpenter, good is he. By him I have gotten a little son, or else I would go, sweet love, with thee. But if I should leave my husband dear, and my fair sweet little boy also, oh, what have you got so far away that along with thee I should go? I have 7 ships that sail on the sea, oh, it was one brought me to land. I have mariners many to wait on thee, to be, sweet love, at thy command. A pair of slippers thou shalt have, and they are made of the beaten gold. They're lined within with coonie skin, to keep thy feet from the cold. A gilded boat thou also shalt have, the oars they shall be gilded also. And the mariners they shall pipe and sing, as through the salt waves we go. They had not rowed a bow shot off, a bow shot upon the main, but over her shoulder she looking back, oh, I wish I was home again. They had not rowed a bow shot off, a bow shot from the land, and over her shoulder she looked and said, oh, set me back on the yellow sand. For I have a child in my little chamber, and I think I can hear him cry. I would not my babe should awake, and his mother not be standing by. The captain he smiled and stroked his arm, and said, no, this it may not be. Behind is the shore, and the sea is before, and thou must go, sweet love, with me. She had not been long upon the sea, no, not long upon the deep, before that she was wringing her hands, and loudly did she wail and weep. Oh, why do you wail and when for weep, and wring your hands? Then said he, do you weep for the gold that is in the hold, or do you weep for my fee? I do not weep for your gold, she said, no, nor yet do I weep for your fee. But by the masthead is my baby dead, and I weep for my dead baby. She had not been upon the seas, the days they were 3 or 4, and never a word she spoke nor stirred, and she looked always towards the shore. She had not been upon the seas but 6 days of the week, before that she lay as cold as the clay, and never a word could she speak. They had not sailed upon the seas of weeks, there were but 3 or 4, but down to the bottom the ship did swim, and never was she heard of more. And when the news to England came, the carpenter's wife, she was drowned. The carpenter rent his hair and wept, and then as dead he swooned. Oh, curse be on all sea captains that lead such a godless life. They will ruin a good ship's carpenter, his little one and his wife. Where hast thou been today, Jackie, my son? Where hast thou been today, my honey man? I have been a courting, mother, oh, make my bed soon. For that I'm sick to heart, mother, fain would lie down. Where shall I make it to, Jackie, my son? Where shall I make it to, my honey man? Lowly in the churchyard, mother, oh, make my bed soon. For that I'm sick to heart, mother, fain would lie down. What didst thou eat this day, Jackie, my son? What didst thou eat this day, my honey man? Nothing but a little fish, mother, oh, make my bed soon. For that I'm sick to heart, mother, fain would lie down. Who gave the fish to thee, Jackie, my son? Who gave the fish to thee, my honey man? 'Twas my pretty sweetheart, mother, oh, make my bed soon. For that I'm sick to heart, mother, fain would lie down. What wilt thou leave thy mother, Jackie, my son? What wilt thou leave thy mother, my honey man? All my money I leave thee, mother, oh, make my bed soon. For that I'm sick to heart, mother, fain would lie down. What wilt thou leave thy father, Jackie, my son? What wilt thou leave thy father, my honey man? All my land I leave him, mother, home like my bed soon. For that I'm sick to heart, mother, fain would lie down. What wilt thou leave thy sweetheart, Jackie, my son? What wilt thou leave thy sweetheart, my honey man? Hempen rope to hang her, mother, oh, make my bed soon. For that I'm sick to heart, mother, fain would lie down. It's of a ragged beggarman come tripping o'er the plain. He came unto a farmer's door, a lodging for to gain. Ra below, sangalee, ra below, below, below. The farmer he came out to view, he looked at the man around. Says he, for ragged beggarmen no shelter here is found. Ra below, sangalee, ra below, below, below. Then down the stair come the daughter fair, and viewed him cheek and chin, and said, he is a handsome man, I pray you let him in. Ra below, sangalee, ra below, below, below. The maiden bade him to the barn, and made a bed with hay. She made it plumb and easy, that the beggar there might lay. Ra below, sangalee, ra below, below, below. She went into her father's house, she brought him cake and wine. She gave him of her father's clothes, all laced rich and fine. Ra below, sangalee, ra below, below, below. The father laughed a mocking laugh, thou art a silly fool, to feed and clothe a beggar man that fasts and lieth cool. Ra below, sangalee, ra below, below, below. She rose so early in the morn to unbar the linny door, and there she saw the beggar man a-standing on the floor. Ra below, sangalee, ra below, below, below. He caught the maiden in his arms, and to the bed he ran. Now fie for shame, the maiden said, thou art a forward man. Ra below, sangalee, ra below, below, below. She lay as still as any mouse, as if she had been dead. He gave her kisses 2 and 3, and stole her maidenhead. Ra below, sangalee, ra below, below, below. I'm sure thou art no beggar, man, of gentlemen you're one, for you have spoiled an honest maid, and I am quite undone. Ra below, sangalee, ra below, below, below. I am no squire, I am no lord, of beggars I be one, and beggars they be robbers all, by such are you undone. Ra below, sangalee, ra below, below, below. I took you for a nobleman, I took you for a squire, in truth thou art the fine, in truth thou art the fine, in truth thou, oh, sangalee, ra below, below, below. My mother, she will loudly chide, my father curse and ban, that I have played the fool this day all with a beggar man. Ra below, sangalee, ra below, below, below. She took the bed all in her hands and dashed it on the wall, saying, go you with the beggar man, my maidenhead and all. Ra below, sangalee, ra below, below, below. Thou must buy me, my lady, a cambric shirt, and every leaf grows many in time, and stitch it without any needlework, oh, and then you shall be a true lover of mine. And thou must wash it in yonder well, and every leaf grows many in time, where never a drop of water fell, oh, and then you shall be a true lover of mine. And thou must hang it upon a white thorn, and every leaf grows many in time, that never has blossomed since Adam was born, oh, and then you shall be a true lover of mine. And thou must bleach it on yonder grass, and every leaf grows many in time, where never a foot nor a hoof did pass, oh, and then you shall be a true lover of mine. And when these tasks are finished and done, and every leaf grows many in time, I'll take thee and marry thee under the sun, oh, and then you shall be a true lover of mine. Or ever I do these 2 and 3, and every leaf grows many in time, I will set of tasks as many to thee, oh, and then you shall be a true lover of mine. Thou must buy for me an acre of land, and every leaf grows many in time, between the salt sea and the yellow sand, and then you shall be a true lover of mine. Thou must plough it o'er with a horse's horn, and every leaf grows many in time, and sow it over with 1 peppercorn, and then you shall be a true lover of mine. Thou must reap it too with a piece of leather, and every leaf grows many in time, and bind it all up with a peacock's feather, and then you shall be a true lover of mine. And thou must thrash it in yonder barn, and time that hangs to the sky, you shall be a true lover of mine. And when these tasks are finished and done, and every leaf grows many in time, oh, then I will marry thee under the sun, and then you shall be a true lover of mine. There were 3 brothers in merry Scotland, in merry Scotland dwelt they. For the one did cast lots with the other two, which of them should rob the salt sea. These lots have been cast, these lots have been thrown, these lots have been cast by we. And the lot it did fall on young Henry Martin, the youngest of the brothers 3. And we set a sailing one cold winter's night, before day. There we espied a lofty brave ship, a-sailing all on the salt sea. Who's there, cried Henry Martin. Who's there, cried he. It's a lofty brave ship for old England, we're bound, if your lordship will let us pass by. Oh no, cried Henry Martin, oh no, that never can be. For I am a robber all on the salt sea, to maintain my 2 brothers and me. Then broadside for 2 or 3 hours, fought they. At last Henry Martin gave him his death blow, and his body sunk in the salt sea. "'Twas of a shepherd's daughter, kept sheep upon the moor. There came a gallant riding by, she ne'er had seen before. Said he, thou beauteous maiden, these words then uttered he, I shall be dead this day, he said, if I've not my will of thee. Now if I trust thee, what's thy name? Thy name straightway declare, for promises are empty wind, and falsest words most fair. Oh, some do call me Jack, he said, and some do call me James, but when I'm in the King's High Court, then William is my name. He took his horse all by the head, and swift away did ride. She gathered up her skirts and ran hard by his stirrup side. And when she to a river came, she set her breast and swam, And when she was on the green grass, then swift afoot she ran. He never was a courteous knight to bid her mount and ride, and she was such a simple maid, she bade him not abide. Now stay, the night is falling dark, and weary thou must be. I will not stay by night or day, but run alongside of thee. And when they came to London town, he from her off did fling. She hasted to the king's palace, and there knocked at the ring. There was no servant in the hall, nor noble heard the din, and so there came the king himself, and let the fair maid in. What wouldst thou have of me, he said. Oh, what dost seek, said he. Thou hast a man in thy fair court that hath robbed me. What hath he robbed thee of, fair maid? Of purple or of pall? Or hath he took the red gold ring from off thy finger small? He hath not robbed me, gentle sir, of purple or of pall, but he hath ta'en my maidenhead, that grieves me most of all. How dost thou know this robber knight? What dost thou know him by? By his locks that are as yellow wheat, and by his bright blue eye. Oh, if he be a married man, I'll hang him on a tree. But if he be a bachelor, his body I'll give to thee. The king he called down his men, by one, by two, by three. Sir William once was first of all, but now the last came he. Then out he held full £50, all wrapped in a glove. Fair maid, I'll give the same to thee, go seek another love. Oh, I want nothing of thy gold, nor nothing of thy fee, but I will have thy body whole, which the king hath granted me. Would I had drunk the water clear, when I did drink the wine, rather than any shepherd's maid should be a lady of mine. Would I had drunk the pottle foul, when I did drink the ale, rather than any shepherd's maid should tell of me this tale. A shepherd's maiden though I was, you might have let me be. I never had come to London town to ask of aught from thee. He set her on a milk-white steed, himself upon a grey, and forth he rode with a shepherd maid from London town away. The very first town they came unto, he bought her a golden ring. The very next town they came unto, he made her a gay wedding. There did 3 knights come from the west, with the high and the lily-o. And these 3 knights courted one lady, as the rose was so sweetly blown. The first knight came was all in white, with the high and the lily-o, and asked of her if she'd be his delight, as the rose was so sweetly blown. The next night came, was all in green, with the high and the lily-o, and asked of her if she would be his queen, as the rose was so sweetly blown. The third night came, was all in red, with the high and the lily-o, and asked of her if she would wed, as the rose was so sweetly blown. Then have you asked of my father dear, with the high and the lily-o, likewise of her who did me bear, as the rose was so sweetly blown. And have you asked of my brother John, with the high and the lily-o, and also of my sister Anne, as the rose was so sweetly blown? Yes, I have asked of your father dear, with the high and the lily-o, likewise of her who did you bear, as the rose was so sweetly blown. And I have asked of your sister Anne, with the high and the lily-o, but I've not asked of your brother John, as the rose was so sweetly blown. For on the road as they rode along, with the high and the lily-o, there did they meet with her brother John, as the rose was so sweetly blown. She stooped low to kiss him sweet, with the high and the lily-o. He to her breast did a dagger meet, as the rose was so sweetly blown. Ride on, cried the serving man, with the high and the lily-o. Methinks your bride, she looks wondrous wan, as the rose was so sweetly blown. I wish I were on yonder stile, with the high and the lily-o, for there I'd sit and bleed a while, as the rose was so sweetly blown. I wish I were on yonder hill, with the high and the lily-o, there I'd alight and make my will, as the rose was so sweetly blown. What would you give to your father dear, with the high and the lily-o, the gallant steed which doth me bear, as the rose was so sweetly blown? What would you give to your mother dear, with the high and the lily-o, my wedding shift which I do wear, as the rose was so sweetly blown? But she must wash it very clean, with the high and the lily-o, for my heart's blood sticks in every seam, as the rose was so sweetly blown. What would you give to your sister Anne, with the high and the lily-o, my gay gold ring and my feathered fan, as the rose was so sweetly blown? What would you give to your brother John, with the high and the lily-o, a rope and gallows to hang him on, as the rose was so sweetly blown? What would you give to your brother John's wife, with the high and the lily-o, a widow's weeds and a quiet life, as the rose was so sweetly blown? There was a rich nobleman, I've heard tell, and he came a-courting of me. And he said, we will ride, and ere we return, then married we will be. She went unto her father's stable, she was gay as gay might be. And she mounted upon her milk-white steed, and the dapple grey rode he. Jump off, I pray, he said, and deliver your horse to me. 6 pretty maids have I drowned here, and the 7th thou shalt be. Pull off thy silken smock, and thy silken gown, said he. 6 pretty maids have I stripped here, and the 7th thou shalt be. Take up thy sickle and cut the nettle that grows on the water brim, for fear it should stick in my gay gold locks, and should sting my milk-white skin. He took the sickle and cut the nettle that grew on the water brim, and she gave him a most cunning push, and she speedily pushed him in. Oh help, my fair pretty maid, and today I will marry thee. Lie there, thou false-hearted knave, lie there and drown, said she. Lie there, thou false-hearted knave, lie there and drown, said she. 6 pretty maids hast thou drowned here, and the 7th drowneth thee. Every leaf was oppressed, and she heard no sound, nor to lark nor thrush gave heed, nor the throstle did call in the hole of the tree, as she mounted her milk-white steed. And she mounted her on her milk-white steed, and she led the dapple grey, and she rode till she came to her father's hall, just at the break of day. Oh, where have you been, my fair pretty queen? The parrot he did say that you have been out all in the night, and returned before the day. Oh hush, my pretty parrot, oh say not a word, said she. Thy cage it shall be of the beaten gold that was of the timber tree. Then up and spake her father dear from the bed whereon he lay. Oh, what is the matter with my parrot, that he chatters before the day? The cat came to my own cage door, and threatened to kill me, and I called aloud for help to come and deliver me. Well turned, my pretty parrot, well turned, said she. Thy cage shall be made of the shining gold that was of the timber tree.